राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधे राधे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौर 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 हरि गौर 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 हरि जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि जय पंचतत्व जय अद्वैताचार्य प्रभु अद्वैताचार्य प्रभु जय 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 श्रीपाद जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। So 6.14.2. Devanam Suddha Sattvanam. Devanam Suddha Sattvanam.
Sattvanam
Rishinam Chamalatmanam.
Rishinam Chamalatmanam
Bhaktir Mukunda Charane.
Bhaktir Mukunda Charane
Na Prayena Upajayate.
Na Prayena Upajayate
Devanam of the demigods. Suddha Sattvanam, whose minds are purified. Rusinam of great saintly persons. Cha and Amalatmanam, who have purified their existence. Bhakti, devotional service. Mukunda Charane, to the lotus feet of Mukunda, the Lord, who can give liberation. Na, not. Prayana, almost always. Upajayate, develops. Translations by Srila Prabhupada. Demigods, situated in the mood of goodness, and great saints cleansed of the dirt of material enjoyment, hardly ever render pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Mukunda. Therefore, how could Bhutasura have become such a great devotee? Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmittam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Swayam Rupagadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Chiyutapatakamanam Shri Gurunu Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatwanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakalita Sri Visakhani Tamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhasya Krupa Sindhubhyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Sarupa Damodara Swaminiti Namine Namo Sadbhakta Manaya Manipura Bhavayacha Prabhupada Sadvani Prachara Niratayate Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurapani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarinim Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Shri Guru Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this context, we see that Bhagavad Gita explains this rarity of pure devotee. Pure devotees are very, very rare, very, very rare. So Bhagavad Gita also explains that Manusyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Japati Mam Siddhanam Jatatanam Api Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvata. So also Yoginam Api Sarvesam Mad Gatenantaratmana. Out of many yogis, out of all yogis, Sarvesham, Mad Gatenantaratmana. There are very few whose mind dwells completely in Lord. Who are Manmana? Manmana means who not only worship Lord, Mam Upasrita, not only take shelter in Lord, but also thinks what Lord thinks. What Lord thinks for him, or what Lord expects from him, he already is able to understand that. His mind always think of Lord, that is manmana, matmana. And what Lord thinks in his mind, what Lord is expecting from other, is also known to such a degree. They are called madgate nantaratmana, whose inner self has completely dwells in me. Madgate nantaratmana. He has no other shelter. He has no other hope. He has no other dependency. He has no hesitations in taking decisions to pursue devotional service for the pleasure of the Lord. So, these things, the complete surrenderness, absolute surrenderness, will not come through knowledge only. So here in this sloka, we see this has been elaborately described that Devanam and Suddha Sattvanam, Devanam, these demigods. So mostly they dwells, their prakriti or modes of nature mostly remain in mode of goodness. Suddha Sattvanam means whose minds are purified. It's not that they are in pure goodness, but their minds are purified. They are not attracted by three modes of matter natures. They are not attracted by the incessant flows of the desires. They have purified themselves. So they are further called Amala Atmanam. Above them is Amala Atmanam, means who have purified their existence. Purified their existence means they no longer disturbed by sukha or dukha, pain or pleasure, troubles, heat and cold. All this duality, they are not suffered in the duality. However, when the topic of Krishna Bhakti comes, is yet far reach to those people who are Suddha, Sattvanam, or who are Amalatmana, or who are demigods. Because their mind, though have purified from the dualities, from the impurities, however, their mind has not exclusively took shelter of Lord's lotus feet. They are not Madgatenantarat. It is possible until and unless one take the associations of the great saintly personalities, they may not be able to develop pure love for Supreme Personality of God. So, there are unlimited living entities. Out of them, human beings are very rare. You see, in the lawn, there are so many grass, so many trees, and so many insects. In some inch of space, you'll see there are many micro living organisms. So all are living entities. Inside one human body, there will be many small insects also. And bacteria, virus may not be live, say, debate. So, there are many forms of life. Out of that, human form of life is very precious. And out of many, many human beings, millions of human beings, some of the human beings, they understand that Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So few only knows Lord as He is. Many do not endeavor. Out of many those who are endeavors, out of such millions, only few understand that Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And after understanding, he can start devotional service. Knowledge itself is not enough to start devotional service. Even though he starts, he may not develop himself to the platform of pure devotional service. What is impurity? Impurities are many. When we have other desire of sense enjoyment or profit or admirations from others or distinctions among others. So four things: sense enjoyment or bhakti ichha, or profit out of everything. What is that I am going to gain? This is the basic inquiry. Kama sankalpa. Before starting anything, we have a plan. What I will get out of it. What is the profit? So all these things, profit, distinction, admirations, or sense gratifications, are the main things available before performing any activities or any kind of even transcendental activities. The transcendentalists also, they keep some other desires, especially demigods. They have lots of desire. You can see Indra. Though he remains in mode of goodness, yet he is not able to fully surrender himself to the lotus feet of the Lord. So, devotional service is very, very rare, extremely rare. So, tapasya adhika jo. Those who are saints, sages, who are performing austerities for millions of ages to get perfections, who have perfected their senses, who have no tinge of material attractions, yet they are not pure devotee of Lord. The example was Sanat Kumar. They are completely freed from everything. Before they meet, before they smell the aroma of Tulasi of Lord's Vishnu's lotus feet, they are thinking that this Brahman realization is everything. Brahmeti Paramatmati iti Bhagavan iti sabdyate. So, all other set of people who have not got the opportunity to get the associations of pure devotee, they will not come to this platform of Krishna consciousness so easily. So either they will be fall in trap of Nirvishesha Sannivada, or they will go to meditative process. So meditative process is Paramatma realization, where they will try to meditate Paramatma, who is sitting in the heart of everybody. But those who have got the blessings of Gopir Vartu, Padakamala Das, Dasanutas, The pure devotional service whose complete form प्रेमेर स्वरूपतः प्रेम विभावित भक्तवांसा प्रीति करे नहीं अन्य कृत. This is the Jagannath form, we can say. प्रेमेर स्वरूपतः प्रेम विभावित भक्तवांसा प्रीति करे नहीं अन्य. This definition is so nice. The Lord's form is that premera swarupate, his whole body, whole transcendental body, that is called Sachidanandamaya. Further explained by devotees, not Sachidanandamaya, it's Premamaya. Premamaya Parambrahma. Premera swarupate. Premo vibhavita bhaktavancha purti kare nahi ane. He has no other duty. Lord's generation, operation, destruction activity is distributed to the further subdivisions. Ansansa, Kalansa, Vistutansa, Swansa. There are various divisions Lord possesses as his incarnations. They sometimes do all these activities. But Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Lord Jagannath, his only activities is Bhakta Vansha Purti Kare, nahi Anya Kritya. Bhakta Vansha Priti Kare, this statement is okay. That we understand. But why then again, nahi Anya Kritya? This emphasizes he has no other activities. He has only one activity, it means. It's very clearly explaining. Chaitanya Charitamrita explaining this. Bhakta Vansha Priti Kare, nahi anya kritya. Bhaktavancha Pritikara is understood. All the incarnation also does that. Ramchandra also did that. Many other incarnations also came like Prahlad Maharaj. For Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu. So all the incarnations also fulfill the desires of the devotees. But why no? Nahi anya kritya. No other activities. See Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Sri Lord Sri Krishna, Sri Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath is the incarnation in this age. Holy name is the incarnation in this age. So if you take shelter of holy name, Lord Jagannath, Lord Krishna, his only duty is to please the devotees. Such devotees are very, very rare. And if you able to come to this topmost path of devotional service, go above Nirvishesha Brahmavada, go above Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Vishayira Bhanda, these three things. Whether Karma Kanda, whether Jnana Kanda, whether Vishayira Bhanda. Vishayira Bhanda means all these are frustrations or what is that called? Means take away your mind from the ultimate subject of love for Godhead. So unless we are getting the ultimate subject of love of Godhead, so these are called Vishayaravan. Vishaya means material sense engagement. So it is very, very essential that we understand the purpose of human form of life, and we understand that this human form of life is very rare, and that to achieve the devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead is ultimate and is most rare. So whenever we see a devotee, we give that preciousness to those devotees who are Gopi Vratu, Padakamala, Dasa, Dasanudasa, which is said here by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu Vargena Ja Kalpita, Chaitanya Manjusa. There is no more better method of worship than that was done by these gopis. Gopir Vartu, Padakamala, Dasa Dasanudasa. So, yogi namapi sarvesam mad gatanantaratmana bhajate mam same yuktatamo. Mata. So, he is the most perfect, he is the topmost, and he is really connected. Yuktatama. Among the connected, he is the best. So, devotee in line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in line of Gopinath Padakam, Das. Whenever we see them, immediately take shelter. If we see a devotee who is freed from material sense enjoyment and who is executing pure devotional service, that means we got most precious, valuable things. And we should give that much importance to that. Suppose you see a big diamond in front of you. What you will do? Rush away to get it because your attachment is to a diamond. If your attachment is towards such pure devotional service, so you should be ready to give up any price to attain this. Right? So if you're not ready to give up, or you're not ready to pay the price to get devotional service, that means you have not known the preciousness of devotional service. Preciousness of devotional service is understood when one gets the blessings of another few devotees. So, by the blessings of Sri Guru, we should understand that performing devotional service to the lotus feet of Lord is very, very rare. That is the prayer of Srinivasa Acharya. Say that. Tekta turnam asesa mandalapati srenim sada tuchhavat. Tekta turnam asesa mandalapati srenim sada tuchhavat. Sri Sada Goswami Ashtaka 4 slokas. Mandala Srenim. Mandala Pati Srenim. That means who are great among everyone. That is the pure devotee. All the Sada Goswamis, they are great among greatest. So whenever we have opportunity to serve or to hear from such pure devotee, we should put our each and every endeavor to attend. So that was the glory of Bhritarashara. Even though he has taken birth in a demoniac family, yet he could devote himself because his previous life is that he was Chitraketu. That will read going forward. So, by the blessings, by his previous Satkarma or previous Swabhava, he was already a great devotee of Lord. But however, with this demoniac form, he could not be disturbed by the modes of passion and ignorance. The demoniac body is mostly in the modes of passion and ignorance. Prakruti asrita. That word is prakrutim asrita. But the devotees, great devotees, Prakriti Paraha. So one is Prakriti Asrita, other is Prakriti Para. Even though Bhritarashara, his external body was there, he was not Prakriti Asrita. He was Prakriti Para. He was above the modes of material nature because his mind was always dwelling in Lord Vishnu's lotus feet. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivi Prakriti Asrita. Prakriti para other meaning is that they are taken shelter in para Prakriti, Yogamaya. So when Yogamaya gives the shelter, Mahamaya has nothing to do. So this is always a possibility for every living entity to choose choice of your independence, exercise of your independence. Either you choose Mahamaya or you choose Yogamaya. When you come to the platform of devotional service, when you try to work for the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead, that means you are choosing the shelter of Yogamaya. Otherwise, Prakriti Kriyamanai Guna Karma Sarvasa Ahankar Vimudatma Kartaham iti bhaktati. Under the influence of false ego, one come into the spells of three modes of material nature, struggles in the three modes of material nature, do lots of kama sankalpa, and claims the responsibility of every act, that I have only done it, so I must enjoy it. So he also suffers it. Karanam gunasangasa sadasad jonijalpas. Because of this association with material modes, he continuously suffers. Unless he gets the blessings or associations or inspirations of Mahajana Jayana Gataha Sapatita, quantum jump. Unless one electron gets higher energy and jumps from its orbit to other orbits, then it will keep on circulating in that orbit. So it needs to gain more quantum jumps. So our life needs inspirations. Our life needs to be motivated from the pure devotees of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from whom we should motivate is very important. We may get motivated by another Brahmavadi or by another medicant or another yogi like who is meditating at Paramatma. By a Karmakandi also, we can get inspired by seeing his opulence. Like Daksha Prajapati. We may inspired by Daksha Prajapati. Or we may inspired by the powerful demigods. Or we may inspired by medicants. Or we may inspired by those who are completely free from material sense enjoyments. But if we are not inspired by a pure devotees, whose each and every activity is performed to the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is called Mahajana. Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, Lord Shiva, Janaka, Bhishma Pitama, Bali, Sukadeva Goswami, all these are Dvadas Mahajans, and it's not limited to Dvadas Mahajan. Many other pure devotional devotees are also there, who all descendants all descended as the associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all are directly the gopis or manjaris. We can read their activities, their pastimes. We can inspire by them, and we can also be inspired by the pure devotees, by Srila Prabhupada, by Guru Maharaj, Srila Sripad, and living sadhu. It is also essential that we get the blessings of a living sadhu. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, all this living sadhu. It's not that we only get inspired by the readings, by reading the books of Goswamis, So sometimes we fall in trap of Maya again. When mind try to imitate. So, Pratishtha and Kamana, the desires, and admirations can very easily make us trap into the clutches unless we are inspired by a living sad. So it is essential that we take associations of living sad. So by the blessings of a living sadhu, by guru, or Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, we can continue devotional service with strong faith, and we can achieve the most rare, most important, and the only objective of human form of life is the love of the Godhead. That is the essence of all devotional practices. So we need not to be very worried on various aspects of life. We have all the abilities. We have to motivate ourselves that Krishna consciousness is very simple for those simple devotees whose mind is simple. Otherwise, it is very complex. Though it is very rare, though it is appear to be very difficult by demigods, by sages, then how such insignificant people like me can achieve it? And why do I endeavor for it? If it is such difficult things and it is almost like unattainable. But it is not that. It is not true. If a devotee is very simple and sublime, he can attain Krishna Prema so easily. If he has good associations, if he has chosen the right associations, and if he has chosen the right activities, if he has given all the anarthas, if he has surrendered himself completely to the holy name, and definitely he will be able to attain the perfections with immediate effect. So, others, they go through the principles of denial. Dukkham aptu ajogataha. They do not get the happiness of Krishna consciousness. Bhagavad Gita says that Rajvida Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Susukham Kartum Abhyam. While practicing Krishna consciousness, it is Susukham. Susukham means with lots of bliss, happiness, one can execute devotional service. It's not very troublesome. It is very enjoyable also. But other path, like Jnanakanda or Karmakanda or other things, they are not getting the transcendental bliss from Supreme Personality of Godhead through the, forceful control of senses. So that is called denial principle, neti. It's very difficult to get higher willpower and move in denial principles. But devotional principles is going through these principles that surrendering everything and releasing the prasadam. All that comes from Lord Krishna's blessing. Mat prasadat tarisyasi. Prasada sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajaya. All the sufferings, troubles might be there, but by the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the pure devotee surpasses everything so easily. The material ocean, which is appear to be huge, is insurmountable, cannot be crossed. But by the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it becomes as small as the hoof print of a cow, horse. so small, like this. The ocean, material ocean can become this small and you can easily cross. So we can get this willpower to perform devotional service by the associations of pure devotees, by glorifying pure devotees, by working under pure devotees. Not only we should read the glories of pure devotees or hear the glories of pure devotees, but also we should take the shelter of another living sadhu. That is the essence. With this, I would like to take questions and comments. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Yeah, it was very nice and engaging class. And yeah, anyone is having any question, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Akurad Paramananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I do have a question. So,
Yeah, please.
you have started your class by saying that Vritasara's situation is a special case.
Special case? Can you repeat? I missed something.
No, you have mentioned that it is a special case kind of thing.
Special case for what? For Bhutasara?
Yeah. So can you elaborate a little bit? Why is it so? Or
Bhutasara special case, I don't know what I said. Bhutasara is actually Chitraketu in his previous life. So we'll read in next verses. He was already having this purification in him, and he is beyond the modes of material nature. He was continuously taking shelter of Lord, and he was beyond the modes of material nature. All pure devotees, all topmost devotees, they're always freed from the interactions of modes of material nature, though they appear to be in modes of material nature, but they are beyond. So, Vritasara was able to keep his consciousness and his awareness of previous life because of the blessings of the Lord. His bhakti was preserved. So, he was very special, yes. And Vritasara is rare most because he has taken the birth in demon. Yet the body which is mostly attracted towards modes of ignorance and passion, but he is still able to subdue them and engage them in the service of God. So like Prahlad Maharaj was also Bali Maharaj, they are also taken birth in demoniac family, yet they are the topmost devotees. So Vritasara become another example like Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj. Yes, definitely is rare, very, very rare. That is also given in this sloka, that such devotees are very, very rare. That I wanted to explain in the beginning. Special means, yes, rare most, and very, very special because of their previous practice of Krishna consciousness. They are able to control, they are able to, subdue even the impact of demoniac family, demoniac body, everything. Is it satisfactory, or you want a little more explanation?
No, Prabhuji, it is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a question by Neil Madhav Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, he told devotional service is Susukam Kartama Vyayam. So, and one more statement we also heard is like the people who practice pure devotional service is very rare. So, and by nature, soul wants to be happy, very blissful, right? So, if the path is so blissful, then why so less people are there? This is first question. Hare Krishna.
That sloka is there, no? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyante. First of all, to know Supreme Personality of Godhead is very, very rare. Out of many, many people, few only understand Vasudeva Sarvamati. The material modes of nature is so strong. Its delusion is so strong that people are always deluded. So see, there are so many, diversions. So how rare it is to understand Vasudeva. There are lots of diversions. Like some are attracted to some demigods, some are attracted to some good karma. So that was explained, right? If you are not freed, if your mind is not freed from material affinities, or if you are not blessed by another pure devotees of your, or you have not seen the life and principles of a pure devotees, and you are not inspired by that, then definitely mind can be attracted by anyone. Like some people are attracted by cricket, some are attracted by film stars, some are attracted by other pop stars, so many things, right? And how many are attracted by the activities of a pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada? So only those who are attracted by the lives of pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, Goswamis, are not they rare? So this happens. Bahunam janmanamate jnanavan prapadyante. So when one tries to practice Krishna consciousness, try to understand Krishna, and he got the blessings of sadhus by discharging some service to sadhus, or by reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, or by doing some service some way or other, he gets some sukruti. And with that sukruti, he tries to understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he will come to the stage of Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that he will come to know that Lord Vasudeva is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Jagannath is the source of everything. Then only he will come to this, come to the next step of doing devotion to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after knowing that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that then I have to exclusively take shelter of Lord, he will start surrendering. So at that stage of knowing Vasudeva Sarvamiti is also not that concentrated, but he has come to the understanding that, yes, Jagannath is Supreme Personality of Godhead, let me serve him. But when he serve and purify himself to the practice of Namagrahanadi, Namagrahana Sravanadi, Kriya Jale Chitta Suddha, by continuous this service or chanting of holy name, when his heart is getting completely purified, then he will be really understand Vasudeva Sarva. Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Paramukha, Vasudeva Param Jnana, Vasudeva Param Tapu. His every activities will be surrendered to Lord. Others are doing tapa, others are doing jnana, others are doing kriya, others are doing meditations, everything. Mukha. But they don't know that the purpose of all this is to please Lord Vasudeva. That is the difference between others and pure devotees. So even though they are called transcendentalists, but they are not pure devotees. So only pure devotees are those who know that the purpose of all these activities is to please Lord Vasudeva. So what is his activities? Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chittate Karya Aikya. Aikya means there is no second. Only a single objective. His Chitta is having only a single objective, that is to do all that his Guru has said to him. Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chittate Karya Aikya. When one gives up all other things which has not said by his Guru, or which are not meant to satisfy his Guru or Krishna. That is called Chittate Karya. Do you think it is so easily available? No, it's not so easily available. Unless one is very much inspired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees. Lord's pure devotees. You might get inspired by other transcendentalists, by other Jnani, Yogi, Sakta, Saiva, or Ganapati Bhakta. There are so many devotees are there. You can see that. What is the difference between they are also devotees? These people are also devotees. Sometimes you see the differences in their activities also. But if you are able to find a devotee who is exclusively sheltered on lotus feet of Lord, and his every activity is to please Lord, you must take his associations. Susursaya bhajana vikyam. And serve such expert devotional devotees, and by their blessings, you can definitely progress. And while progress of Krishna consciousness is realizable, even though it appears sometimes some devotee might get disease, this and that, yet apart from all this, they are very peaceful. They are very, very peaceful. With all troubles might be surrounding them, yet their very selves takes pleasure in Supreme Personality of God.
Hare Krishna, I have continuation in question. Like, I just want to know, like, to taste the happiness, should we have to know so much philosophy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, all this, so many details? Just like, for example, just want to give little bit example. Just like for food example, if we know in one shop if there is nice ice cream or something is sold, everyone, most of the people will go and take. So if your path is so blissful, then why do we have to know so much philosophy to follow the path? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, sorry, I got muted. Mistake. So, no, you need not to know so much of the philosophy to release the devotional service or to progress in the devotional service. But you need association of such pure devotees. Either you need association of your devotees continuously, or you need to keep the words of pure devotees association continuously in your heart. So, sometimes Guru gives continuous association to disciples. Sometimes Guru gives instructions to the disciples. If the disciple is able to retain the instructions in his heart so strong, Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chittate Karya Akya. If he just simply follow the instructions of his spiritual master, he will definitely progress. Not necessary that he knows so much of the philosophy. All these philosophies are only helpful to keep him completely engaged in the words of Sri Guru. Philosophy are required for him to keep Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chittate Karya Aikya. Otherwise, philosophy, if you are so strong in this, so you may not need to utilize your time in gathering philosophy here and there. But if your mind is completely absorbed in the service of the Lord, if you are giving the highest importance to the word of Sri Guru, then all of this philosophically, automatically will reveal to you. Jasya deve para bhakti, jatha deve tatha guru, tasya tehi kathitartha, prakasante mahatma. Everything will be revealed to you. So the direct answer to your question is that it is not necessary, but it is very much necessary that you keep the words of Sri Guru in your heart. Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru. Until you get initiated, you can follow Siksha Guru. And once you get getting initiated, you can follow both Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. And all in association of Diksha Guru. That is how the Bhagavad principles establishes, and he can achieve the perfection.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, thank you very much for this answer. Yeah, we do have 3 hands raised. So, Balram sir, please make it short. And
yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
only one question.
Krishna Prabhuji,
yeah, here I have 2 questions. You said Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Sabu Visayara. Yeah, could you explain that a little more? And another question, why Vrutrasura is a demon? Yeah, these are the 2 questions.
Why Vrutrasura is a demon, we will come to know in the coming slokas. So let this be covered in future. And your first question was Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Visayara Bhanda. Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, sometimes they appear to be very enjoyable, very attractive. Karma Kanda or Jnana Kanda. But in turn, it dissuades the mind from the subjects of service of lotus feet to Lord Krishna. So, in Karma Kanda, in Vedic Yajna also, the purpose is to please Lord Vishnu. It's a indirect means sometimes. Child is not taking medicines, so parents do something like they put inside some sweet. Inside the sweet, they put the medicine and give the sweet. So that child will eat the sweet as well as the medicine. But this child is so clever, he takes the sweet, goes away, pull out the medicine, throw it away, and takes the sweet. Similar thing happens in Karma Kanda. The purpose of the Veda, Vedesya Sarvai Aham Vedanta Krut Veda Videvacha is Bharagata. And what is material benefits out of it is only focused. Similarly, a Jnani do all these meditations, all this hard work, after obtaining some knowledge, he is not taking shelter of lotus feet of Lord. So he fall in trap of distinctions, admirations, all these things. Lava, puja, pratishtha. So Jnani can again fall in trap of all these things. So if you really see, these are all the desires of doing social activities or doing good activities for others. All that which is not meant to nourish the spirit soul, rather to nourish the incessant flow of desires of senses, are all not pure devotional service or not transcendental activities itself per se. If the objective is not fulfilled, then you cannot say it is transcendental activities. Though it appears to be transcendental activities, But the objective of transcendental activities is not obtained through Jnana Kanda and Vishaya, Karma Kanda, because the objectives only became Vishaya, the spiritual objective has been thrown away by the practitioner. So, Vishaya is so prominent, so strong, so surrounding, and so impacting in the practice of Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. The purpose of all this to please Lord, Vedesha Sarvai, Aham Vedanta Krut, Vedavit Evacha. To know Supreme Personality of Godhead, to please Supreme Personality of Godhead, is being completely forgotten during this practice because of the prominence of Vishaya, the prominence of enjoyment. So it is possible some devotees, like in our Vaishnava traditions also, if you give them sufficient, wealth and all this, or sufficient aristocracy, so initially he will be trying to engaging. So later on, sometimes somehow he will be accustomed to the enjoyments. The enjoyments, if not taken from the service of the Lord, but from the service of Lord, if he is trying to independently enjoy any of the objects, then that will affect. Even it is possible in our Yukta Vairagya. So, in our Yukta Vairagya also we have to be careful. What to speak of Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, where are Krishna Prasadam, Mat Prasada Tarises is absolutely very rare. It's very rare to get Krishna's Prasada because they are not aspiring for it at all. How they will get? But in our Krishna consciousness, we are always aspiring to get Krishna Prasada. And we are always striving ourselves only for Krishna Prasada, like Chataka birds. Only want to drink the water that is dropping from the skies directly in rainwater. Similarly, we don't want any other enjoyments. We only want Krishna Prasada as our enjoyment. So this kind of things are there only in Krishna consciousness under a bona fide spiritual representative. If we follow his words strictly, then we'll be able to do it. Otherwise, the trap of Maya is so strong, it can pull it by any of a single sense, any of a single intention can pull away again to the metal ocean. That's why they are Vishaya. One should not be disturbed by or should not waste his time on this subject matter. Rather, he should take exclusive shelter of a pure devotees and practice Krishna consciousness under him. Balaram sir?
Yeah, Prabhuji. I hope it is answered.
Is it okay? So let your second question be uncovered later. It is better to go systematically.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Govind Maharaji, please make it short, and I request Akal Prabhu also to be short because Achit Kesu Prabhu is also there in line. Yeah.
Okay, please.
Maharaji, we are not able to hear you. Hare Krishna. Okay, it seems there is an issue from Maharaji's side. Let us proceed for Achit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Prabhu.
Pranam Achit Kesu Prabhu.
Acha Prabhuji, many times it is we hear that when we follow, the things are revealed. So when we tell that things are revealed, so it is that see, when the whole scripture is there, is all the details are revealed, or what is revealed? I mean to say, there is, like, for example, Bhagavad Gita 700 shloka is there. So it is going to reveal all those means like in those details, or it is revealed will be the essence. What is the actually when person is realized? I hope my question is clear to you.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
So please, Prabhu.
So here the same sloka I will repeat. Jasya deve parabhakti jatha deve tatha gato tasyate hi kathitartha prakasante mahatma. Means all the good qualities of a great devotees is manifested in him, and all the essence tattvata jo mam beti tattvata. So all this essence of scriptures, all the essence of transcendental knowledge is definitely getting revealed to him. And it is not always to go to the further details. Details is like mind's research activities. It may dwells in many details, and sometimes this detail can further disturb also. But rather, a devotee is well protected by the blessings of God. He understands the essence of everything, the purpose of everything, and he adheres to the purpose of everything. What I feel is the essence is getting revealed, and he is solidly established in the essence of the transcendental purpose of Vedic scriptures. I think this is a very
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
questions. Maybe
Thank you.
our Maharaj can comment. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah. Okay, Govind Maharaj is back. Let us see.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, all Krishna Srastika.
All Garishta Guru
Question
Maharaj.
was similar to Balramji. When you ask this Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda, you know, it says
Yes.
Kevali Vishera Bhanda, not Vishera Bhanda. That's where the confusion is in your reply. It's a poison, you know. So what poison does? It kills your opportunity to attain perfection. You know, it deprives you. So anything which deprives you is your death. No? So it's Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda describe, and then further it says Amrita Boliya Jeva Khai. But those who consider Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda and their results as Amrita, what happens? They will not attain perfection. Nana Yoni Sada Fire Kadarya Bhakshana Kare Tara Janma Adhay Pate Jai. So it's not Vishay, it is Visha. Visha means poison. Effects of Karma Kanda. Yeah. And so my question was regarding why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvate, or the shloka which you quoted, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanam, Sir Mahatma Sudurlabh hai. So what is the context? What Krishna wants to say rare, and like Nila Madhav Prabhu asked the question, you know. So Nila Madhav Prabhu, the question is back to you. And that don't you want to become rare? Don't you want to attain something which is durlabha? Human being is considering himself very intelligent. So an intelligent person, when he is challenged that something rare, then he becomes attracted to the rare thing, not the ordinary thing.
Yeah.
So that way, do we justify what Krishna speaks, or we doubt, or we just why Krishna says very rare person only attains me? But is not the most wonderful thing? Don't we want to become the rare person? This is my question.
Thank you, Maharaj. First of all, thank you for correcting me that Bisaya, right? That is not Bisaya, that is Bise. Bisa means poison, yes. So it is very, very dangerous. So Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda is very, very dangerous. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So it is like poison. So do not take shelter of that. The question by Maharaj is that how you understand that this human form of life is very, very rare. This I will try to explain through one example of Draupadi Maharani. Draupadi Maharani, when she comes to know that her family, all the child, everybody are going to die in this battle. So she was praying, I don't need all this kingdom. I don't need the revenge to the insult being made to me. But I want my kids to be alive. Then Lord explained to her that this human form of life is so precious, so important. We have an objective. You have an objective set by Lord. So you are so special. You have given so much of the potency to do the ultimate benefit to the society as well as to please Supreme Personality. Am I audible? There is some noise. Can other please go on mute? So, if you are remaining ordinary, then incessant time will definitely take away all these ordinary people to the pool of birth, death, disease, and old age. And also it is possible that again you may not get this precious form of human form. So remaining ordinary is the fullest activities, is the fullest things. When somebody chooses to remain ordinary, he is the fullest person. So, fearing some of the challenges in human form of life and remaining attached to some of the material attachments or some of the material objectives is the greatest point one must understand and must cross. Otherwise, he will remain ordinary and he will not become the Sudurlabha. So, to become Sudurlabha, we must take shelter of Lord and we must surrender devotional service. So, everybody cannot. It's very easily possible that our mind get disturbed by so many other objectives. What we are giving importance in our life? So, Draupadi Maharani, is she giving importance to her son or to the objectives of Supreme Personality of Godhead to establish Dharma or to please Lord Vasudev, Lord Govinda's plan is very important. She could understand that. So, even though there are certain things for a mother, after knowing that the sons, all the sons will be killed, still she was following Lord Krishna's instruction and allowing the battle to happen is very, very rare. Very, very rare. None of the other mother can do it. So see the example. This devotional service, when somebody can completely take shelter of Lord and completely put all of his faith on Lord and is ready to jump in every fire, every challenge, without any hesitations, can jump into everything which is pleasing to Supreme Personality. How this can come to anybody? So only a pure devotee can get this rareness of surrendering to Supreme Personality. All other cannot. I think the best answer is already Maharaj. So Maharaj, I think you have the answer. You please explain. You just asked. I tried to put my understanding, but I know you can give the right answer. Please. Govind Maharaj.
I think Maharaj is not there in the call.
Okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. Maharaj, please make it short. Yeah.
You asking me?
Yes, Maharaj. Answer is with you. I tried to explain whatever possible with the story.
Well, yeah, wonderful, because I'm in the train, so sometimes the signal goes off and on. The point is that we are all meant to become rare in Krishna's eyes. Na?
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity to all of us. We should not be attracted by the ordinary to be called intelligent.
Yeah.
So rare doesn't mean not at all.
Hmm. Okay, Maharaj. Thank you very much for your comment and inspirations. All glories to all Vaishnava devotees, all Maharajas, all glories to Guru Maharaj Sripad, all glories to Sri Prabhupada, all glories to Aditya Acharya's appearance day. Jai Jagannath Bhutta Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Gaur ki Jai, Radha Madhav ki Jai, Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Bol. His Grace Akurat Paramanand Prabhu ki Jai.
Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Thank you, Anandal, for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.